Hello everyone and welcome in a new video. How are you doing and how is your league adventure going on? I am sure everyone is at least having a somewhat better time with Volibear. For me, if you are wondering, Riot banned me from ranked for 5 games and chat restricted me for 1 week due to some unsavory facts and flame toward a bunch of feeders. While I was making this video, I lifted the curse, and I think this weekend, we will go back grinding with the new Volibear. What Riot did to me is acceptable. The problem was what I said, and in reality I shouldn't have said anything. Riot will ban you for what you say, not what you do. Hence, next time if any of you encounter a feeder or a troll, don't say anything to him. Just do the same. At least troll in a constructive way toward to the win. In this game we have another issue on our hand. I made a terrible mistake and my team wasn't that great at all except for the mid laner. And we are going to see together how you can recover from a horrible game. No comment. Even while watching the replay, I felt like vomiting from that play. That was totally my mistake. I shouldn't have ganked that person at all and the execution was even worse. And to top it off, all lanes are losing. As a jungler, what can you do in this situation? The correct answer is one of two. Either counter jungle and fight the enemy jungler or go for a softer approach. And that is to farm everything and reach a higher game phase. In other words, forsake the early game and start building for the mid game. This game was the last one before the new patch going live. In other words, I am playing the nerfed version of Volibear. With the tools I have at my disposition, I'll focus mainly on mid lane and set up Ahri towards success. And for the build, the moment I died against Darius, I knew exactly what to build. It is the boring, anti-fun build that was good and always will be good on Volibear. It is the Frozen Gauntlet rush into Frozen Heart and Spirit Visage. The main idea behind this build is using Volibear's speed to catch on a target and mark him. Then use your bite to keep surviving the enemy damage until your team reach you to finish that target. This build, in my opinion, is at best good, and not the best, because with this approach you can't carry by yourself. It is as if you set yourself as a stepping stone for your carry. And this game, I chose Ahri to be the carry, and I'll be there for her to make sure she is well fed. And by the way, I hate this champion to the core. 3 flashes and it gains 1 for every kill. And this without talking about the original flash spell. Skill expression my ass. But I have an obligation to my team to play at my best even if I don't like them or don't respect their calls. The main objective we have is to reach a sort of hope situation, not drakes and not towers. I need to make certain plays to put the team mentality into a believing situation. Because if we lose the morale battle, we automatically lose the game. The second thing with this build is that if the enemy magic damage dealers get a tiny bit fed, you are a goner. You'll die before your shield activates. And yes, we need a lot of patience. And we shouldn't forget, among my teammates, I made the biggest mistake of them. Also, something to keep in mind. If I die once or twice in a row, I'll go for another playstyle. It is the Tarzan Bouse gameplay. We will be dying for objectives or to set up my team towards a chain of events that have either a tower potential or kills, but mostly kills. Since I don't give much gold, and if we deny the enemy team any advancement for 200 gold or 150 gold, that is much better than playing passively the whole game. And suddenly they have Grubs, Soul, Baron, and Elder. Then what? That is a total waste of time and I am broke. Poorer than the homeless guy at your neighborhood. Hence, the boring build is the correct choice. The one thing I need to make sure is that I don't tilt at all no matter what. I have no idea how that happened on the top side, but it is good. So good that we will not stop just 1 kill. We caught the enemy team as a lazy situation. It usually happens when things are going too smoothly in your favor and you start making sloppy plays out of negligence or inflated ego. Also, I won't consider that solo kill on top side as a given, but as a sign of good tides in our favor. Also, if you are a carry, either a mid laner or a AD carry, and you reach level 9, please, for the love of anything that matters in your life, take the blue ward. It is best at any levels. You can ward anywhere while you are safe. Don't be like this Orianna, and hopefully don't tilt your jungler because you die for vision. Now I really don't care about the Drake at all. We need gold and we need map pressure. The Drake is just an excuse to start a fight, and if your bot side choose to farm, that is fine, but they need to ping you back and give you a fair warning. Not play zombie versus plants mode, and wonder why are you standing alone in the dragon pit crying in the river for help. The sad part, we have a Caitlyn. If you have ever played with or against a good sniper, you find that the skirmishes in the river are totally in her favor with those traps. Meanwhile, I didn't know we had a Caitlyn until I watched the replay that tells how much of impact the bot side have on my decision making. The Zac pick is fine, good engage and sustain with a lot of DPS, but all of that amounts to nothing if you are not where you should be at the right time. It is as if you missed the bus or the train. Being late while well dressed is worse than being late while you are wearing your pajamas. At least you can use them as an excuse if that happens. After that play, I'm reverting the mindset to Season 3. We are killing everyone and the plan is that I pick someone and hold on my ultimate if I can. The lewd fox lady will get the kill and we back and then try again with the same approach. It seems against Orianna and Fiddle we have the upper hand, but that is true as long as it is a 2v2. One more and the balance is broken. Because I am sure that all of you experience a somewhat different synergy with plenty of players. Some totally get what you want to do, and some do the opposite thing. Then what they should do, and it keeps going on like this. 10 random people, 1,000 random interaction and 2 results at the end. 5 win and 5 loses. If you don't understand each other before the end of the game, odds are you are the losers. This play was out of my rotation. I really wanted to be bot side, but there's no camps there. While you are behind the carries, we'll start taking your camps, and you should scavenge whatever you can. Right now there is 1 tower and a possible kill on the top side. At this instance in my mind I hear myself telling me, you are going to regret this. You are here in the first place because you ganked earlier this guy, and you should trust that voice in your mind when shit hits the fan. Darius is not someone you can fuck with and get out alive. Really cool champ, and I respect that. It didn't work and I have nothing to say about it. We should have killed him first and that is all. I decided to switch the build and go for Spirit as my second item, because I will no longer try to face Darius at all. We will kill that boss as a team, and for that we need to fortify the team. My team now is currently Ahri and Sir Zac. They seem that they are trying to win the game and they are lacking a scapegoat, and that is me. My role is something totally different. I need to take the enemy summoner spells and ultimate and nerf them into regular immobile champions. I might look like I am inting, but it is a good int. And mainly because we have a second engager. Well, guess what now? Most of them doesn't have summoner's spells, and the failure of earlier will be the success of now. Even the scoreboard says different, but we are winning in gold. Oddly enough, the Blitz application shows the current gold with your equipped items. And since having stacked gold in your inventory doesn't give you stats, it means that the extra gold on the enemy team isn't spent yet, and that is really good for us, and we should capitalize on this moment and get as much advancement in the game as possible. It is true that we don't know what to do to deal with Darius, but if we manage to reach a stage where we trade 4 of them against 2 of us, that is peak success. And we can then choose who to focus and how to proceed to close this game. And the most important thing of all is that I am actually having fun, even if the game is still in a dire situation. But the fact that you plan something into your mind and manage to pull it out into reality brings one of the best satisfying moments in this life. Maybe why I still like this game, just to cherish these tiny moments of achievement. The funny part is that we are both dead, and the one cell organism is also having fun. We look like the trio in every shonen anime, the supposedly leading female character, the goofy one, and the dumb late bloomer. And after the last play I went and realized that taking now Frozen Heart is a bit late at this stage of the game, and since my strategy is working better than expected, I'll activate the greed mode and buy the Rift Maker and try to damage my main target as much as possible. Fatty, juicy, and satisfying. We killed the enemy boss as a team, and with that kill we are finally ahead in the scoreboard. We went for the useless early game jungler into the Giga Chad side character, but it took a lot of patience. And we shouldn't forget the game is not over yet. Since I have the control of the game, we need to bait the fiddle, and the rule of thumb is 3,000 health on the Baron and keep it there while denying vision. Even Nunu and Cho'Gath can't smite that much. Maybe, and just maybe, a very fed Rengar, but in that situation he'll go for the carry and kill the team, not the Baron. Hence, baiting at the 3k mark is always the best thing to do, even when you are ahead. And the only obstacle in that moment is your team, not the enemy team. Sometimes they leash for the opponent, and alas, the waves of salt and tilt that floods into one's mind are imaginable when you lose the Baron due to one of your own. Is that the enemy's second-tier tower? How are you doing? It's been a while since I saw any tower in this game. We are still not in the clear, and I am not the supreme tank yet. Darius is still a huge menace, and he is the carry on the other team. Us, on the other hand, we got a huge power push using the Baron buff and got 2 inhibitors. I think I got carried overboard thinking we are doing great, but not that great. And that focus was hugely motivated by my earlier achievements. And it is fine, commendable efforts. If this Darius got any help earlier in this game, I think we would have lost this game minutes ago. And overstaying your welcome always lead to this weird scenarios where you die way deeper than where you should. We are about to witness the final showdown of this game. The claw against the axe, the bear against the man, the thunder against the commander. The outcome can't be known since this is a team game. But if any of you guys have a strategy against Darius top, let me know in the comments. Maybe I can deduce out of it a way to perform a successful gank against Ghost Flash Darius with the bear. And with this, my friends, we are about to reach an end for this game. I really hope you have enjoyed this game, and maybe this will motivate you to never forfeit until you win or lose completely the game. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment and drop a like. All the upcoming games will be in patch 14.4, and as usual, take care. Peace.